Hi, this is Mr. Lee. I am doing the makeup for the It's a Crime Lab, which if you're in my class, this is online completely. Don't forget you need to do the problem hypothesis before you actually get to the lab. But basically it's a crime scene lab, trying to find out there was a kitchen powder on the floor and somebody stepped in the kitchen powder at a scene of a crime, and they're trying to match, hey, is the powder on the shoe of the suspect matching the powder of the that was on the floor of the kitchen at the crime scene. So here I have the shoe, and you can see there's a white powder on it. Here is a sample from the crime scene. And we sit back and think, okay, well, it's in the kitchen, so it's probably some common kitchen supply. You know, some white powder from the kitchen, like cornstarch, or baking soda, or possibly baking powder. And how can we use physical and chemical properties to identify this? So what we're going to need is we're going to need a well tank. In which we're going to put these, I'm sorry, they're called, I always remember the spot plates, or well plates, often what they're referred to as. And what we're going to do is we're going to take cornstarch and we're going to put it in the first 3 rows here. We're going to look at the baking soda, and then we're going to put baking powder in the 3rd row. We're going to skip a row. We're going to put the crime scene, and we're going to put the sample from the shoe and the last. And we're going to do a series of experiments using iodine and vinegar and water to identify what's in there. And I forgot the water. Jump over here and grab the water real quick. There we go. All right. So, first thing we have to do is we have to get some cornstarch, this stuff right here, and we have to put it into A1, B1, and C1, and that is on my list there. Have to very carefully put a small amount of cornstarch in each of those, just the tiniest amounts. Try not to get it into the other wells. And it should look something that looks like this. Okay. And then what we want to do is get it looks like it's baking soda next. This is my baking soda. Just the tiniest amounts of baking soda. 1, 2. Okay, so I put that in C1, C2, and C3. And then I want to use the baking powder. In A3, B3, and C3. All right. Excellent. That's all done. The next thing I need to do is use the crime scene. Now notice I use a different scoop every time. That way I don't taint the sample. And I'm going to put this in A5, B5, and C5. Okay. And probably the hardest part is I have to take my shoe, and I've got this folded up piece of paper right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrape some of the crime scene off the shoe onto the paper. I'm not knocking over the iodine. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take what I just scraped off. I'm gonna put a little bit of it in A6. All right, and now I'm gonna need to scrape some more off. I'm gonna put it in B6. And scrape some more off. Good stuff on the side here. All right, and that's it for the shoes. So I need with the shoes, and I'm gonna put the rest of it in C6. Okay, oops. All right. So what you should be seeing now is, it's kind of hard to see on this phone, but there is the cornstarch, the baking soda, the baking powder, the crime scene sample, and the shoe sample. Okay, so step number one is it's telling you to give a physical description of each. So I'm going to just take a picture. All right, I'm going to stop this video and start a second video because I need to turn the camera around, and apparently iPhone doesn't let you do that.